Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
Diabetes has become one of the largest public health problems to date. Decreased physical activity, overnutrition, and nutrition transitions caused by changes in lifestyle contribute to the increasing incidence of chronic metabolic diseases as well as deaths related to them. It is absolutely imperative that individuals understand the importance of curbing it because we have the power to combat diabetes through a healthy lifestyle. To discuss this further on the show, we meet a Pilates expert, visit an interesting cafe that offers a healthy mix to its customers, and hear an inspiring story of a marathon runner. Dr. Shah is a Pilates expert and a certified physiotherapist who focuses on demonstrating best physical therapy practices that aid in overall well-being of an individual. With a clinical experience of over 8 years in India and United States, Dr. Shah talks to us about the importance of including Pilates in our routine and how simple exercises and change in lifestyle can be extremely beneficial for diabetics.
Pilates helps in managing diabetes in a way that Pilates is a low-impact, low-threshold resistance training exercise with the help of springs. So it helps in increasing your muscle mass, thus reducing your body fat percentage, and thus burning of your glucose happens faster. So with this, it helps in regulating your blood glucose levels and controlling glycemia in type 1 and type 2 diabetic individuals, thus lowering your risk of any heart diseases, increasing your cardiovascular health, and also thus reducing the need to take any diabetic meds. Diabetic patient needs to practice a couple of exercises which are important in improving the strength, the stability, the endurance, which helps in their day-to-day activities like sit to stand, walking, and other cardiovascular benefits. So diabetes individuals have also a lack of healing power. So basically when you do the Pilates exercises, it's a low impact, low threshold exercise which helps in recuperating from soreness post-exercise faster. So basically doing the hundreds exercise, which is very good for circulation. So diabetic individuals have a lot of circulatory problems. So the hundreds is a good warm-up exercise. Then there is a footwork exercise which done with a lower spring helps in improving your pelvic and core stability, which is a deep abdominal muscle training, and with a higher spring it helps in increasing the strength in the hip, knee and ankle. There's also the seated knee extension exercise and the standing side splits. So standing side splits is a fantastic exercise which the diabetics can do because it has a dual and a triple advantage of improving your core and your pelvic stability, your hip strength, as well as balance and coordination, which diabetic individuals usually fight against. So now I'm going to do the hundreds exercise, which is improving of circulation in diabetics. So diabetic individuals can do this exercise as a warm-up because it helps in improving their blood circulation. A common problem in diabetes is either lack of circulation or reduced circulation. So this exercise is a good warm-up exercise for diabetics to improve and regulate their blood glucose levels, and it reduces their blood sugar levels in turn of the exercise. So for the hundreds, I'm going to go into the lying down position. I'm going to put my feet on the foot bar. Going to have the short straps in my hands. I'm going to have my legs into a tabletop position, which helps in activating the deep abdominal muscles, which is your natural belt of your body. I'm going to straighten out my hands. Now chin tuck and a chin to chest. This activates the deep neck flexor muscles which are in front of your spine. So it helps in improving your deep neck muscle strength, which is very important to maintain a good upright posture in diabetics and eliminate any upper back pain. So a chin tuck and a chin to chest, and then you pump your hands down and you pump your hands up. a diabetic patient should practice Pilates 2 to 3 times a week for minimum of 20 minutes and maximum of 45 minutes, because it's all about training a small little deep abdominal muscle which is close to your spine. So it helps in activating the natural belt of your body and improving your back health and your back strength. So non-diabetics and pre-diabetics can definitely take up Pilates as a form of another aerobic or a cardiovascular exercise, because again, with Pilates, the low impact, low threshold exercises that they do with a correct form and posture helps in improving the cardiovascular health, keeps blood pressure problems at bay, also reduces the need to take diabetic meds.
After the break, we visit an interesting cafe that offers a healthy mix to its customers. Is a health cafe in Mumbai that has given its dishes a healthy twist. The menu of Flax is created with utmost care and caters to those looking for a perfect balance of health and taste. The dishes boast of healthy ingredients and come with a nutritional chart that helps customers know what's in their chosen dish. The cafe focuses on motivating people to eat healthy, as diet plays a significant role in maintaining overall health levels in a body.
My father is diabetic, so over these years I sit with him in the morning and ask him, why are you having this, why aren't you having this? I never understood why is he not eating what I am eating. And he told me he's got diabetes, and this is about 7-8 years back when I understood what diabetes was. So coming to my father, where I think I could get diabetes according to my doctor, because it goes on from the parents. So I have made sure that at least in Flax, of this Flax which is at DHI, with Dr. Mufi, the ingredients what we use to tackle diabetes is that you have to have a lot of leafy greens. There's broccoli, there's zucchini, the main ingredient being turmeric, which is in our dressings. We have turmeric latte, oats, almond, nuts, which is good for diabetes. There's super bowls which are inspired from all over the globe. There's a Thai bowl, there's a Mexican bowl, there's a Mediterranean bowl. So I would say super bowls are something which is a Flax USP. And out here there's something called energy bowls, which has got berries, which is again an antioxidant for your body. I think we all need to eat healthy as compared to our stress levels. In the last 10 years, if you see yourself, me, everybody in this room, right? If you see, your stress levels will be higher 10 times because of whatever around us, global news, be it GST or be it whatever around you, it's all stressful. So your body needs to handle this stress. So there's only one way of handling this stress for people like us who are not like, spending 2 hours in a gym, not doing yoga, not doing meditation. At least eating right is something where you can find some good balance in your daily life to beat this kind of stress. Everything on the menu, from salads to super bowls, it's got greens inside. From wraps and sandwiches, everything has leaves, everything has kale, arugula, spinach. So all that leafy green which you probably your mom said to eat every morning, which we didn't, I've tried to make it healthy and put it in the bowl. So by default, if you're eating flax, you're eating leafy greens. So by default, if you're eating something from the menu, you're eating something which is high on protein, which is high on antioxidants, which is again good for your body.
Owned by Gurmeet Arora and the menu put together by Dr. Mufazzal Lakdawala, the cafe is all things nutritious for diabetics.
So when we sat down to curate the menu with Gurmeet, my ideology is I don't believe in sugar or sugar substitutes at all. So we wanted to keep it as natural as possible, as local as possible. So we believed a lot in seasonal vegetables. We believed a lot in lesser of additives. So we didn't believe in anything which was deep fried or which is very high in sugar content. Absolutely not. We believed in something which was very, very low in bad fat content and probably a good fat content, because we need some degree of fat as well, but high in protein content mainly. Good proteins are really required, all right, by our system, because the liver actually goes through a complex process in which it breaks down proteins, and when these proteins are broken down, you're needed for your muscle building. And remember one thing is that as we grow older, especially in diabetics, your muscle mass is lost, and what replaces your muscle mass is fat. So that we want to prevent that from happening, right? Another thing that I would recommend all diabetics from staying away from is fat-free substances. It's very, very common for people to say, I'm on a fat-free diet, and very, very kosher to say that. But what replaces fat? Sugar. One of the things we have on the menu called fuller for longer. All right. Now, what is fuller for longer? It's got oats, all right, which is complex carbohydrates. It's got yogurt. Then it's got soul food protein that we've added. So we've added in protein content as well. And then it's got the flax seeds. So it's got berries, and it's got flax seeds and various other things. So that makes you full for longer. So fiber content kind of helps you taking in lesser calories throughout the day, and therefore making you fuller for longer. If you were to ask me what is good, stay away from simple carbohydrates, stay away from bad fats, take good fats, take a lot of protein, and almost stay away from all forms of sugar for a diabetic patient.
After the break, we meet marathon runner Kiran Solanki, who inspires us with his story. Kiran is a chartered accountant by profession and a marathon runner by passion. Kiran was diagnosed with diabetes few years ago and has combated the disease ever since. He took to running and participating in numerous marathons after his diagnosis and has fought diabetes like a true champion. Kiran made sure that it never hindered with his passion for running and has in fact taken it into his stride and made it into a positive way of living. Kiran is truly an inspiration to all the youngsters who are coping with diabetes.
Today we have with us Kiran Solanki. He is a CA with his own practice and also a marathoner and an ultra-marathon runner and also a type 2 diabetes. So let's hear his inspiring story on how he manages his CA practice, his running and diabetes. Kiran, welcome to the show.
Hi.
So tell us, when did you first realize that you have diabetes?
In 2010, I was detected for diabetes, and then I was a little upset. I was like, I thought my life is like, it's gone now. I will not be able to eat anything. I will not be able to live my normal active life. So then I went to my doctor. Then he suggested me that you have to do some changes in your lifestyle. You have to do changes in your food habits and all that. And one thing he suggested me that you have to do now a regular walk. So I started immediately walking at Shivaji Park. Then I thought, let me start running. So I started running slowly with half round, full round. And then, that gave me, better feeling that I thought it is a better way to, do cardio exercise and controlling sugar level.
So how do you manage with your diabetes? How do you manage running a full marathon and diabetes at the same time? Have there been any instances where diabetes was a hindrance, and how did you overcome that?
Yeah, I remember one incident when I was running my full first marathon. That was in Hyderabad, and after running 30-35 kilometers, my sugar went down. And I was literally collapsed on the track. I usually keep some sweet thing in my pocket, but at that time that was over. I think that was my first marathon, so I consumed it little early. And then I was like fainted, and I sat at one place. Then I asked somebody to bring some sweet for me. One fellow came. He immediately brought some chocolates for me. And after eating chocolates, I was there for around 10-15 minutes on the same place. People suggested me, okay, shall we call ambulance, you leave it. I said, no, let me, come out of this, because this is going to happen at any time, because type 2 diabetes, if they face hypoglycemia, this can happen at any time. So I said, let me try to come out of it, and let me be normal. After 15-20 minutes, I was little okay, and then I finished my race, and that gave me a lot of confidence, or that gave me some sort of new way of looking at my diabetic, we can't call it as disease, but my diabetic situation or my body condition.
This is one instance that you have shared, but let me share something with the audience that, both of us, we were running 100 kilometers in Bangalore Ultra, and I think at 75 kilometer mark, I saw Kiran lying there on the mat, and I was taking a route back to the finish line. And he was just lying there. I think he again had faced a similar situation where his sugar was low. And then back again, I saw him at the finish line. So when in such a situation, considering your situation with diabetes, what do you tell yourself and how do you pick yourself up from that situation?
Yeah, see, first of all, when a person becomes diabetic, there are a lot of negative thoughts comes in his or her mind. I mean, general impression in people's mind is that diabetes means it's end of everything, you can't eat anything, you can't live normal life, there are so many constraints, you can't do any heavy hard work or something like that. And I mean, people, they give you negative things only, and they speak to you about negative things only about diabetes. But according to me, what I have experienced is that, see, diabetes is not end of the world. Basically, it's only a small, I would consider it as a small hormonal changes in your body.
What is the kind of diet that you follow? What are the kind of dietary restrictions, and how do you keep going with that?
First of all, when initially diabetes was detected, I mean, a lot of people, they all know that you should stop eating all sugary things. Initially, I did that. I stopped all sugary things, added drinks and all that. I have stopped everything. Even today, I don't eat all sugary things. Sometimes if I take, it's okay, because of my exercise, it gets balanced out. But as far as my diet is concerned, I have shifted my diet from carbohydrates to proteins. Because of my exercise, my running and all, I need more proteins, and my diet consists of more proteins and less carbohydrates.
Thank you, Kiran. Thanks for sharing your story with us. That's it for now. Keep watching Make India Diabetes Free, presented by Fortune Vivo and Network 18.